Hello. Welcome.
Welcome.
To another episode of Hot Topic with Pickle and Bailey. I'm Bailey.
I'm Pickle. Thanks for joining us again. We missed you.
Thank you, loyal listeners. We're excited to have you on today.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Also,
I asked the listeners what themes they want to hear, and
the listeners.
I don't know how we want to go about this because they're vast. They are very different.
They're very different. I like that. Should we start? Well, how have you been, Bailey?
I've been good.
You've been good.
What have I been up to? I mean, just truly breaking records.
Doing things.
Climbing mountains.
Jewel hunting.
Oh, and wheeling, dealing.
I met a gem specialist.
Really?
At my cousin's wedding. My celebrity astrologer cousin, Eliza Kelly, got married. I think we discussed it at some point.
We did.
It's a great wedding, and I met one of the only other single people there was a woman who specializes in
gems. What
She was talking
was
about
her
it.
favorite gem?
I asked her, and I can't remember what it was. She was telling me, I mean, obviously, like, when you ask someone, like, a gemologist, they're like, what's your favorite gem? They're going to be like, first of all, everyone asks me that question.
Yeah,
and second of all, I don't have one.
Yeah.
It's so, like...
Because once you get so into gems,
it's
you
like,
just
how
love
can
them
you choose?
all. How
she
can
was
you
like,
choose?
She was telling me about a specific... There was one that she likes because it's, like, so... it, like, varies so much. I can't remember what it was called, though. But I was asking her all sorts of questions. It was fascinating.
I love gems. I used to work at K Jewelers.
Yeah, and diamonds are not gems. They're, like, their own
Yeah, they're a
class.
different thing.
Yeah.
They're a totally different thing.
But she sources gems and, like, and she's trying to make her own jewelry, I think, more now. But, like, it was really fascinating, and I want gems now. Made me want gems.
What kind of gem do you want? What's your favorite gem?
Sapphire.
Ooh!
Are you kidding?
Sapphires are
With
so
my
pretty.
eyes?
Shut up. It would be too good. Or an aquamarine or a topaz on you. My God.
Yeah, sapphires, for sure. I love that. Rubies, into it. I feel like rubies look like toys.
Yeah, they kind of look fake.
They look a little fake.
I like them, though. I like an emerald.
Because you're fake.
Because I'm a fake bitch.
Emeralds, yeah. I like gems that, like, are very... Ooh, yeah, let's get gems.
Let's get gem. Wait, what's your birthstone?
I don't know.
Wait, your birthday's in
October.
October? I think it's an opal. I think yours is an opal.
Well,
Opals
I don't
are
want
beautiful.
I want sapphires.
Okay, well, you can't have
Whose
that.
is sapphire?
I don't remember.
What do I need to change my birthday to?
You need... actually, it might be September.
Septembre.
Yeah, sorry. Septembre.
It's pronounced Septembre.
Let me see.
Yeah, so I met a gemologist, and that was really interesting. Hannah, and...
September is sapphire.
September is sapphire. Wow, Bailey's so smart. Maybe you're a gemologist.
Well, I had to learn them when I worked at K Jewelers.
Oh, right. Every kiss begins with K.
Every single one
Was
begins
it you
with K.
I was talking about that, or was it Hannah that I was talking about? Every kiss begins with...
I don't know. I don't think it was me.
It was someone else I knew that worked at K or somewhere else. And I was like, well, you know, every kiss begins with... it was a different jewelry company, and I said that.
Oh, wait, maybe it was me.
It was you.
It was me. Every kiss begins with Colton's or something. Colton's Family Jewels.
Colton's Family Jewels. The Norton Jewels.
The Norton Jewels.
Did you ever
Wait,
go
can I
to
tell you
London?
something?
Have you been to Europe?
I have been to Europe. I haven't been to London.
Like, lived in Prague.
I have been to the airport. I've been to Heathrow.
Heathrow.
I have to tell you
International
something. I told someone my last name recently. I went, yeah, my name's Bailey Norton. Because this girl, her last name was Bailey. And I went, oh my God, my name is Bailey Norton. And she went, Norton? Oh, I'm sorry. I went, what?
Would they apologize for your last name?
Yeah.
When their last name is Bailey?
Yeah. They were like, yeah, I have a cool last name and your last name is Norton. Like, ew. I was like, what?
Weird. I've never heard of someone being like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
like,
sorry.
What a lame last name.
It's not like my last name is like, I don't know, Dougal or like something embarrassing to
That's
say.
not even embarrassing. What would it be I mean, I would think that an embarrassing last name would be like Smith.
Or Butts.
Yeah, but I've never met someone. Well,
I know someone.
Butts?
Butts.
Yeah. Well, I have my English teacher from high school. His last name is Felcher.
What does that mean?
Felch. Not as many people know what that means as I thought. It's a very intense sex act.
What is the act?
You can look it up.
I need you to tell me.
So we call her Pam.
Pam? Okay, so she didn't want to go by Miss Felcher.
No, now I feel bad that I've said her full name. In fragments.
It's fine. No one...
She's the best teacher I've ever had. She's unbelievable.
Really?
She's a super genius. Wonderful teacher.
Thank God.
I'm still in book club with her.
Oh my God.
We're reading Anna Karenina. Bailey can't stand it. Anyway, so someone was very rude about your last name.
It wasn't that they were rude. It was that, like,
They
it
apologized?
affected them. They were like, oh, what a bad last name. It was like that.
Who
It
was
was like,
this
what a
person
terrible
and where
last
was
name.
it?
I was on a hike with my friend and his friend. And this girl's so nice. She was so nice. But she just, like, didn't...
That's not nice.
She didn't know she was being rude.
So she's not nice. She's rude.
Well, but she didn't know. I feel like you have to know you're being rude.
How do you not know you're being rude when you apologize to someone for them having a bad last name?
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it could have been my fault. Because...
What?
It could have been my fault.
Did you apologize for it immediately?
No,
Were you
but-
like, oh, and I hate it? And she's like, I'm sorry that you hate it.
I think I said it like, my last name is Norton. Like that. In a way that she might have taken, like, I don't like my last name. You know what I mean?
In which case, the polite thing to do would be like, oh, that's nice.
I think it's beautiful.
Or just be like, cool.
Do you want to hear some of the stuff that people wrote
I
in?
can't get over this woman attacking you.
I know. I was just like, I can't even...
Well, we talked about revenge last time.
We talked about revenge
so it's
last
still
time.
fresh on the mind.
Yeah. We won't get revenge on her.
won't-
She's very sweet.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
These are...
But we're watching you.
Yeah. Literally sleep with one eye open.
For the rest of your days.
For what you've done.
Which,
Apologizing
for the
my
record,
last name.
are numbered.
Okay, people want to hear about these things. So
Okay.
if you like any of these topics, let us know and we'll do one.
Maybe.
One is fear of sexual intimacy.
Okay, that's a topic.
That's
It's
a
not
topic,
theme,
not so
but
much a
it's
theme.
topic.
The paranormal, which is a theme.
Paranormal is a theme, yeah.
Could be both. This is one I want to talk about right now. Favorite and most feared planets.
Favorite and most feared planets.
Yeah, I think I'm afraid of all of them,
Which
but Earth.
is a great topic that
Yeah.
could fall under many different themes.
Yeah, it
including
could.
fear.
Yeah.
Or
Astrology.
astrology or the heavens. Mm-hmm. Okay, what planet is your favorite? I've only been to one.
I've only been to one also. I don't think I need to go to another one.
Venus. I have revealed that I've traveled to another planet.
You're like, I've only been to Venus.
I've only been to Venus. I was a part of an experimental thing where they sent drag queens
to
Venus
Venus.
to see if we would be crushed.
Do you know your chart ruler? Wait, what's your rising sign?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. I don't know enough about astrology, I guess.
But you brought it up.
I brought it up. Well, because mine is Mercury. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out right now.
Okay. What is your favorite planet that isn't Earth, I guess?
I'm gonna go Mars. I know it's hack, but like Mars.
You're such a hack.
You're such a fucking hack.
For liking
Everyone's
Mars.
favorite. I like Mars because Mars is like the planet of aggression and sex and passion.
Oh, because you're thinking about the astrological implications.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you one thing or another about the actual planets. I don't know.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm thinking visually. And
Visually.
Sort of, yeah. I think maybe Neptune.
Yeah? Because it's
Yeah, because it
dreamy.
looks like a sapphire.
You love
And
sapphires.
I'm fixated. Yeah, it's very dreamy. Or maybe Uranus.
I like Uranus too. Uranus, astrology-wise, is the planet that like blows up foundations.
Okay.
It's
but
like
also
the
it's
rebel.
pretty.
And it's so pretty.
It's Uranus is like aquamarine.
Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, so Uranus is your chart ruler.
Okay, well, Neptune's still my favorite planet. Just like sapphires are still my favorite jewels.
But sapphires and Uranus kind of look alike too.
Yeah, but like, I'm a rebel, so... Well, and sapphire isn't my birthstone.
Yeah.
But I like
True.
it anyway.
we all get to choose who we are. Let that be a lesson to you.
I changed. I'm like pretending to be a woman, so I don't have to follow any rules.
No, you really don't.
Okay, so what planet are you most afraid of? I'm honestly most afraid of Earth.
Yeah, Earth is not going well.
Presents the most existential threat to my mortality.
I'm going to say that too. Yellowstone caldera, the second that goes, we all go.
What is that?
Yellowstone National Park, the giant supervolcano that's underneath it. Like
is that going to happen soon?
I mean...
Remember? No, obviously not. I don't remember someone being like, when this happens, you'll all die.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a catastrophic event. And
is it coming?
I don't know. I can't say.
Is it going to be catastrophic for everything or just Californians?
We might actually be fine.
Why isn't there a volcano under Florida or Kentucky?
I know.
Why can't they all be turned into lava? Why does it have to be us? We're cool.
Well, I don't know that we'll be so affected by it, but like a lot of the country will be.
Why wouldn't we be affected? Wait, where is Yellowstone? That's in Wyoming?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I was thinking of...
I said Montana, but it is Wyoming.
I was thinking of the one in California. Yosemite. My bad. Okay, great. So
we're
we'll
fine.
Be fine.
We're fine. I mean, we'll die for different natural disaster reasons.
Yeah, I'm sure that our politicians will kill us. But yeah.
We all get just murdered.
We all just get murdered.
By each other.
Yeah, by each other in the Civil War.
Yeah.
So, is there another planet that you're afraid of?
I feel like I'm afraid of all of them, and they're all my favorite. Like, I know that sucks.
I know it's hard to not be afraid of planets. They're so big.
I'm so sorry. I'm getting so many pings.
You're getting so many pings from LinkedIn.
Don't say that. It's from my manager.
From your manager with your many, many upcoming cruise dates? It's from LinkedIn telling you that Sarah changed her hair color to...
Congratulate her.
Cool. Okay, what are the more?
The other ones are apartheid, ass, and ladders. So it's a little all over the place.
Apartheid, ass, and ladders.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are all of them. Those
are all of them?
Yeah.
Those are. I was like bracing myself for like 30.
Oh no, there were like
4.
5.
So everyone who listens contributed.
I don't know that they even listen, but if they do...
I know, that's like... Isn't that the kicker?
Isn't that the damn kicker?
Okay, I don't really want to talk about apartheid right now.
I don't either. Or ass, or ladders.
I don't feel prepared to talk about any of those things.
You know what I do want to talk about?
Our theme.
Our theme today.
Which is...
Disaster!
Oh, gosh. Related to the planet thing. That could have been...
That was a good segue, actually.
A topic on today's podcast. So... What is disaster?
I think disaster is just when things go so wrong that nothing can ever be the same. You know what I mean? Just like you're changed as a person, or like the structure of whatever environment you're in has to be rebuilt. You know?
Yes. The scale of the catastrophe is destructive.
Yes, destructive. Disaster.
Disaster requires destruction.
Yeah.
Just like revenge requires the soul and like a lack of practicality.
Yeah.
I think it's good to like define these themes.
I think it is too.
So disaster, things are destroyed.
Things are destroyed.
Bad.
Yeah, it's like
really
you
bad.
can never go back, really.
It's not just something going wrong. It's a disaster.
It's a disaster.
Our alternative word was train wreck.
Train wreck. But I think disaster is a little more broad.
Yeah. Although like it's the same vibe. It's like it goes.
That's what you say when you see someone
so
who's
wrong.
just like looking like, you know, like you look like a train wreck. You look like a disaster. You look like a mess. You know.
A disaster.
But all of those things are really the same thing.
What are some disasters?
Well, I mean, we have natural disasters.
There's social disasters.
Yeah, those are the funniest.
Those are the two. Performance disasters. Emotional disaster.
Oh my god.
I love that word. It's fun to say too.
Disaster.
It's a disaster.
It
I also
sounds
love it
like
when
what
someone,
it is.
Yeah, it sounds like what it is. I love it when people say like, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to say about things.
You
like,
do. You say disaster a lot.
It was a disaster. Like, that is, like, such a strong
It's a strong word. It sounds good. It feels powerful.
It sounds delicious, yeah.
A quick disaster that just came to my mind. This is, I'm so sorry. One of the funniest things I've ever read in my entire life was just like this true story about this man who was like on an airplane, and he was like schmoozing some clients. He was like with his work. It was like a private plane.
On a plane? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they were traveling with some clients. They were like schmoozing. They were like, "Come on our jet. Like we'll go to these like different locations on the jet." And so they're like 20 minutes away from landing, and it's a very like tiny jet. And he's like eaten something that makes him have to like shit immediately. And he's like, so he like calls over the flight attendant. He's like, "Is there a restroom on the plane?" And she's like, "Yeah, but we're 20 minutes away from landing, so just like if you can hold it, that would be best." And he was like, "I absolutely cannot hold it. I will not be able to hold it." And she just like turns kind of white, and she's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm really sure I can't." And she goes, "Okay." And so she leads him to the back of the plane, and it's just the last seat, but the cushion comes up, and that's the toilet. And, and like, you can't, like, there's like,
what?
There's like these
kind of private plane.
Not a great one, not a super expensive one. And there are like partitions that come up, but they only come up to his shoulders. And so he's like sitting there, just sort of like
in front of his clients
and all his business partners, like everyone on the plane, like everyone. And he's like, okay, he closes the door, and he's just sitting there. He's just ahead shitting his brains out. And it's just like awful. It's loud. It's like the worst. It's like gasoline shitting. It's just like the fucking worst.
Wait, where did this story come from?
This was like, someone sent this to me. It was like it was truly like a blog post, and someone was like, "This is the worst day of my actual life."
Wow. Do you think you got fired?
I don't know. I don't think you can fire.
That would be very illegal.
Yeah.
But that is a disaster.
That's a disaster. Yeah.
I would call that a disaster. I would have sooner been like, just open the emergency exit and I'll plummet to my death.
Oh my God. It makes me, so something similar. Not, the stakes were not that high, but I went to Joshua Tree one time, and I also like had to use the bathroom like immediately, like, or I was going to shit my pants. And there were 2 public toilets, and both of them were infested with bees. Like, both of them were, I can't even, the amount of bees it would be impossible to count. It was just like an infestation. Like, someone needed to call someone to come get the bees away.
It was bad.
It was so bad, and I was like, I have to shit in one of these right now.
And did it upset the bees?
I had to like calm myself. I had to like, I'm like trying to do a bit about it on stage, but I just had to just like embody like Jesus Christ himself and just have the most zen, chill energy and like walk in to just so many
calm.
bees. Yeah, and it was fine. And now I love bees. Now I feel like I get bees.
Now you are one with the bees.
I'm one with the bees. I'm one with the seas, and I'm one with the bees.
One with the seas and the bees. Mm-hmm. Bailey is a woman of the sea. All right. Yeah. Disaster.
Bon
voyage.
You want to pull a topic?
I'll pull a topic. God, bees. Bad hair days.
Bad hair days.
Not necessarily a disaster, but have you ever had like a situation where it's like you feel that your appearance has affected
your entire day? Yeah.
Not even like has caused damage.
Like, what do you mean?
To your career or to your life?
I had someone cut my hair one time. And she was dating someone who cheated on her with me.
With you?
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if she knew or not, but she gave me the worst haircut I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's bad.
And I cried.
Why did you go to her?
Because we were all sort of friends at the time.
That sounds like such a preventable disaster.
It was.
Not your wisest move.
No. Nope. But it did
the
happen.
bees all over again.
It was the
Just
bees.
you
It
walked
was
into the bees' nest.
just a very dumb, like, I'm 20 years old making a bad decision choice. You know? That's
That
one of
then
those.
led to another bad decision.
It was a series of awful
It
decisions.
was just a series
that led to me having a Karen haircut.
Oh.
yeah.
I think.
What about
well,
you?
as a drag queen, it can like like wig like pull like falling back.
Yeah.
Can be a disaster.
Has a wig ever fallen off during a performance?
Yeah, I've lost a wig. You have to know you can't like if you're doing drag and then you need to plan. So like if you're gonna be moving around a lot, you need to like secure the wig.
Yeah. How do you secure it?
There's all sorts of weird things. You can glue it. You can stick bobby pins into your like flesh, basically, just like into your hair, like so deep.
That sounds awful.
But how I've had situations where I watch something back and I'm like, oh, my wig is falling off. No one told me. That happened on Dodgeball Thunderdome. There was a whole scene where like my wig was basically falling off. And I had told the producer, I was like, this is going to sound weird, but can you really watch out for my hairline and tell me if it looks like it's falling back? And he was like, yeah. Of course, obviously didn't know what to look for and immediately forgot.
Oh, no.
So that's embarrassing. But it's not that bad. And also I was in the mud. So it's like...
Yeah, whatever at that
meant
point.
To be.
That's like fun.
And they shot my wig off at one point with a ball. But yeah, as a boy, I have had situations where like... It just happened the other day where I'm like... I'll do drag and then I'll take off my drag. Mm-hmm. And then I'll be like... Like, usually after I do drag, like, my hair is great, because it's, like, just, like, it's been pressed down by the wig, and then it just kind of goes, poof, and it, like, is easy to shape.
Yeah.
So I feel, like, very sexy, and I'm all like, woo, yeah! And then, like, I'll be like, wow, I'm like, wow, I'm so hot, da-da-da. And then I looked in the mirror, and I had, like, an interaction with someone. Like, I, like, talked to someone, and then, like, I went to the bathroom, and I, like, looked in the mirror, and I just... mascara just like dripping down my face. I looked like a psychopath.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
Why didn't they say anything? But that's happened for sure.
It's devastating.
I don't have a lot. I have short hair, so I don't have a lot of bad hair days. But I've definitely had. I mean, I look back at me younger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, what was I thinking in terms of like my hair
I used to get
being
perms.
unkempt. You used to get perms? That's a disaster.
But I didn't get like perms.
You were
like
an Annie
this.
once, and you just started getting perms.
Yeah, at like 16. No, I did it when I was like 12, probably, or like, which is the worst age to get a perm.
Going for, like trying to be Shirley Temple or something.
Yeah, I loved Shirley Temple. I like really did, and so it might have been that. It wasn't like. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't like an afro. It was just like, I just had really curly hair.
Really curly permed.
Yeah.
You permed.
I permed.
Yeah, I look back and I was very unkempt as in my early 20s.
Really? Oh, in your early 20s?
Yeah, very unkempt.
What was your hair like?
Was really wild and like sort of not... I looked haggard. I feel like I look younger as I get older. Just because I'm taking better care of myself.
Same. I don't know when you think when you're in your early 20s, you think you're like invincible, and then you just like don't look good.
And some people like look really good in their early 20s.
Yeah, not us.
We're
late bloomers.
We're late bloomers.
We're aging like fine wines.
Aging like fine wines, or the Sphinx.
Earthquakes!
Have you ever been in a serious earthquake?
Not in a serious one, although a few years ago. Like, actually, like, almost to the day, a few years ago, there was, like, a 7.1 in LA. Do you remember? Like, after the 4th of July?
No.
It was a huge earthquake. It was, like, crazy.
How many years ago?
Honestly, like, maybe 3 or 4 now? Maybe 4.
I don't know. I don't remember that. I vaguely remember.
It was, like, massive.
I was in the Northridge earthquake, so...
Really?
I remember that.
What was that like?
It like if you've been in like an earthquake, any other earthquake that is not that is just like
whatever.
Nothing. Yeah, it was terrifying. The earth was shaking.
How old were you?
I was like 5 or 6.
And you remember it?
Oh,
like,
I remember
distinctly?
it very vividly, yeah.
Were things like breaking?
Well, I was sleeping through it.
Oh.
And then my mom woke me up.
Oh.
And was like, ah! Which is what a good mother does. At the
Yeah.
moment, I was irritated. I was like, I would have slept through this.
Oh.
Horror.
You really think you would have?
Yeah, I would have.
Do you
but it
remember
would
what
have
the
been
magnitude
dangerous.
was?
I don't remember the magnitude of the Northridge quake, but it was bad. And we were in Redlands at the time, which was luckily farther from Northridge, but it was really bad. And it was, even where we were, it was like shaking, like things were falling. It was like the house was just shaking. We were just standing in the doorway. It was fast. It was only like...
Yeah, they don't last very long.
They don't last long, but they do some damage.
I don't know if you feel this, like, after... I had never experienced an earthquake until I moved to LA. Because I'm from Missouri. We actually, there is a fault line there, but it's not like...
It's chill.
It's like more chill.
It's
It's a more chill girl. But after the first earthquake I didn't feel scared while it was happening. But then forever now, like if my cat jumps up on my bed or if I feel any sort of like movement at all, I think an earthquake's happening and I start to panic.
Yeah, they're really scary because they really do you don't get any warning.
No,
and it just is happening.
You have no control over it. There's not a damn thing you can do.
You don't know how long. There's literally nothing you can do except, okay, I'll get under like the door and hope that I don't get crushed. Yeah. But like tornadoes, you get a warning. Hurricanes, bad, obviously worse in some ways. You get some warning.
You're warned.
You know it's coming.
Yeah.
Earthquake?
No.
It could happen right now.
Yeah, it could happen.
And it could be the big one.
Yeah.
We could be crushed.
We could die on
doing this pod.
Yeah.
I think about being in drag when a disaster happens all the time.
Really? Well, because you're not.
Because what are you going to do? Like, if there's a disaster, like, I don't have time to get out of drag.
Welcome to being a woman.
Well...
What would I do if the end of the world happens and I'm wearing a dress?
Yeah. Well, like, I'm like, the earth, like, I have to, like, get under so that I can't, like, there's no time to, like, take off my wig, like, or even rip it off. It's like, I just gotta go. Yeah. And I'm just gonna look like this. Like, you know, in the streets. Fuck. Damn! Like that, I think about that all the time. Or if like the aliens invade, or
and this is you,
and this is me, and there's no time, and I have to run into the woods to escape the zombies or something. Like, and I'm just in drag. Yeah. Just like, ah!
Oh my god!
Because someone will be in drag during every disaster. Terrifying.
I hope that you make it.
And I hope that I'm wearing something I like.
Disaster films.
Disaster films.
Films.
I love disaster films.
I love, I don't know if this counts. I think it does. I Am Legend.
Yeah, that's a disaster. Yeah. I would call that a disaster.
Yeah, that's a disaster. I fucking love that movie. It's so good.
Such a great movie.
It's so good.
I love apocalyptic movies.
Me too. I think they're fun. I don't know if this one counts either, but like Mad Max Fury Road is very fun. Yeah. It's like sort of Water Wars. That's a disaster.
Charlize Theron, right?
Yeah.
I watched that.
It's good.
Yeah. I like
what about you? Which ones do you like?
I love Deep Impact, The Comet. Heading. I love those movies when there's comets. I didn't like Don't Look Up, but
oh yeah, that's right. We've talked about that.
But I love Deep Impact. Very emotional.
I haven't seen it.
It's good. It's a good one. It's on something. So you should watch it. Very good. Elijah Wood.
Love him.
Someone else. Morgan Freeman plays the president. What's not to like?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It sounds like a perfect.
And I love that movie. And I love specifically when the disaster happens. The comet hits the earth.
Why?
It's exciting to watch people be crushed by...
Do people just fly up? And
people are like being hit by waves. They're like exploding. Well, they're not exploding, but there's explosions. It's
Deep
very
Impact.
satisfying.
Okay.
Deep Impact.
I'll watch it.
Disaster films are fun. They are always... I question the sort of vicissitude of how people behave.
Vicissitude?
Like
veracity?
The veracity. No, I don't think it's veracity. I think it's vicissitude.
Okay.
I'm making that word up. But it's the truth with which people behave in disaster films. I'm always like, would you be the one who survives?
Would I don't.
Not
wouldn't
you,
be.
but
No,
like
for
those
sure
people. I'm like,
yeah, right.
I don't know.
You just got cast in this. I don't know
Yeah,
if you really
I don't
live.
know about that.
I think Interstellar might be a little bit of a disaster film.
That is definitely a disaster.
I love Interstellar. I know it's like a polarizing movie, but I love
think
it.
It's a great movie. It's definitely
it's
a
so good.
mind bender.
It is. But like there's a moment where he's like falling into this wormhole and he's like, not okay, bye, I guess. And it's just like...
It's preposterous.
It's preposterous, but it's...
That he would be unharmed by the experience of going into a black hole.
Yeah.
And then somehow this average man... Well, not average man. Great scientist.
He's like, a pilot. He can hack a drone.
This
He's not
farmer
average.
is like, oh, I'm in this black hole and I have now figured out how to like communicate with...
It's actually pretty cool.
Daughter. I mean, it's like cool. It's preposterous, but it's cool.
Yeah. I like the word preposterous too.
I know. It is. And it's like people will be like, well, the science. And I'm like,
who cares?
The
Let
sheer
it be fun.
terror of going into the black hole would give you a heart attack.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't even make it.
You would not be able to be. This is not Bailey going into the bees to shit. This is...
Or is it?
Or is it?
Or is it? We can't know.
I think the sheer shock and horror of entering a black hole would damage you.
I just don't think you can actually enter it. I don't know. I think you would be crushed way before you even get there. You know?
It was pretty much a reach.
But I don't
and then
know.
people are like, blah, 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 and I'm like, Christopher Nolan is not Albert Einstein. Or, and like, you know, it's like, I just like, people are like, oh, it's so smart. And I'm just like, I think it's a great movie.
It is.
It's very thrilling, it's very fun, and it's smart enough.
Yeah. It's like, it's thought-provoking, it's entertaining, which at the end of the day, that's
all
really
that matters,
all
and all that I want from that movie.
I just want to be entertained, and I
just want to be entertained. Yeah, exactly.
The score is great.
Inception, I enjoy watching Inception.
It's fine.
It drives me crazy that people are like, oh, it's so smart. And it's a dream within a dream within a dream.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's that smart. And like the top,
it's tedious.
Spinning. It's like, it's fun.
I want to know what I want
lot of
movies
fun.
to tell me what happened. I don't want to have to guess. It bothers me. I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Too.
It's sort of like, I think Inception is a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a masterwork.
Yeah.
Dark Knight, I do think is really sophisticated, actually.
I think it's great.
Of all his films, I think that is my favorite. And I think it's the smartest. And has like the least... Of course, the helicopters come. They're looking for me. Has the least pretension around it a little bit. It's like not about science or anything, but in a way,
it's good old Batman and the Joker.
Good old Batman, just doing Batman's thing.
Just doing Batman things.
And the Joker. Although Batman himself, I'm just like, or not to assume Batman's gender. Batman themselves. That person. What is that about? I mean, we could have a whole pod about.
We could.
Exposing Batman for the sham. It was Batman. I mean, what is
But that's
the deal
other
with
pod that we're going to start, exposing Batman with Pickle and Bailey.
Yeah.
We just talk about the various
important work.
The various actors who play Batman and their penises.
Oh, yeah. Wait, has Ben Affleck played Batman?
Yep.
Is he the most recent one?
No.
When was Ben Affleck?
He was Batman? The one before the most recent one, which is... Oh my god,
his
what's
wasn't
his name?
Popular, was it?
Robert Pattinson. No, his was like not super popular.
And I'm thinking of Dark Knight was that guy.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who creepy hair man, right?
Creepy hair man.
In Charlie's Angels?
I haven't seen Charlie's Angels. I don't know.
Wait, this one's mine too. This one's yours. Childhood trauma.
No. Childhood tantrums.
Oh, wow. That is clearly the word tantrum, and I read trauma.
It's funny because I accidentally wrote trauma when I was trying to write tantrum.
It was traumatic for you to remember childhood.
Did you ever throw any particularly good tantrums or have like any...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I threw tantrums. I was physically punished for throwing tantrums.
What did you do? Do you remember any?
I threw a few memorable tantrums. The most sort of disgust of my tantrums was... I didn't throw them often, but I threw them big. Mm-hmm. I went for quality, not quantity. I was put in my room for some reason. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Or a closet. One of those. And I think it was my room. And I was pounding the door, screaming. I was like 4. Pounding the door, screaming, "We don't do this to our children!" And the neighbors came and knocked on the door.
You've told me this before. I fucking love this.
We don't do this to our children.
Your neighbors came over?
The neighbors.
What did they say?
Were like, "What's going on in here?"
Oh my god.
Poking around. My dad tells it really well. Yeah,
We don't do this to our children.
I did that. I ran across the parking lot or the street at a Payless, I think.
Oh my god.
And was punished.
You were like, I hate cheap shoes.
Get me away from these cheap shoes.
We run into the middle of the road.
That was my biggest kind of tantrum. What about you? Did you throw tantrums?
I did, but I don't think I did it, like, I don't have any big tantrum stories like that, but I remember I would do things, I would, like, shell up. I mean, I would explode, but oftentimes I would just, like, shut down. I would totally shut down, and I remember one time my family went bowling. Like, not my immediate family, like, my whole family went bowling. I was wearing this matching sweatsuit, and it was, like, these pink sweatpants and this pink sweatshirt. I actually would love an adult version of it.
Whenever I imagine you as a child, it's like the only reference I have to you as a child is that picture of you as Maid in Annie. So I take that head and I put it on whatever you're describing.
I was like, I'll show you some pictures. I was like very animated and cute.
Yeah,
but, like,
you're
a little
animated in that
shy.
photo, and your star turn as Maid.
Maid. Anyway, I have this sweatsuit on. We're going bowling. I am not super dexterous, and so I take the ball and I accidentally don't let go of it. So I go flying with the ball, like, down the lane. And I'm just like, because I'm wearing this sweatsuit, I'm so, like, there's no friction. And the oil, like, from the bowling lanes are just, I'm just
Why are they
flying.
oiled?
It helps the ball roll. Yeah, they're all oiled.
That's weird.
And so
I don't like bowling.
I like it.
Of course you do.
I do like it, but I don't know why. But at this moment, I'm like flying down the lane. Everyone sees me. I'm just in the middle of the bowling alley, just
in such danger.
Stomach down on the bowling lane,
hurtling towards the pins. Which beyond the pins, we still don't know what happened.
Yeah,
there.
We have no idea. I've never known, and I'm so embarrassed by this that I'm like, I'm never bowling again. I, like, get up. I'm like, take me home now.
Did you throw a tantrum to distract from the embarrassment?
No, I didn't. I shut down and I was like, take me home. I'm going to go sit in the car.
From here.
This is unacceptable that this can happen to a person.
Wow, Bailey.
Yeah.
Bowling disaster.
Bowling disaster.
Bowling disaster.
Yeah, I was a nightmare.
I feel like I've thrown more tantrums as a young adult than I did as a child.
Same. Oh my God,
like
same.
In my early 20s, very, very early 20s and late teens, I threw a couple tantrums.
You have a good one?
Drunk tantrums.
Oh, yeah, same.
A lot worse than child tantrums.
They're so much worse. They're so much more destructive. They're so much more damaging.
And the impactful.
Yeah, they actually can hurt people.
People really just don't.
Yeah.
A child has a tantrum, it's sort of like everyone moves on.
Yeah, totally.
An adult has a tantrum.
Yeah. That's
going in your biography.
Yeah, totally.
You were one who threw tantrums.
Do you have a good tantrum?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I was drinking, I tried to crawl out the window. I set things on fire.
Wow. You were chaotic.
Yeah. I was really chaotic.
I would sit down. I was in a different way. Like, I would start sobbing hysterically and sit down in the middle. Like, I would make a performance of it.
Yeah, it was very performance.
I would sit down in the middle of someone's kitchen at a party just sobbing. And I remember one time this boy that I liked who didn't like me back as much walked by, and in front of the entire party I screamed. I was like, why don't you love me?
Love? Why don't you love me? Yeah. Jesus Christ. I once at UC Santa Cruz, I screamed I basically reenacted the scene in A Streetcar Named Desire where he screams Stella, but the boy's name was Kevin.
No.
So I was like, Kevin! Looking for him.
Kevin!
Like, trying to find him at UC Santa Cruz, where they literally are tens of thousands of people.
Oh my god.
No information on where
Just
he was.
first name Kevin.
All I was going off of was we had made out once, and his name was Kevin. And he was not texting me back.
Kevin!
But I was just screaming I was high.
Oh my god.
On weed, and also had done some kind of drug. And blueberry Smirnoff.
Wow.
Screaming for Kevin, and then had a long conversation with who I thought was Lucifer and turned out to be a branch.
You thought it was the devil?
I truly thought it was the devil incarnate and was talking to it. And
simply a branch.
It was on a cliff.
Oh my god.
And I was close to throwing myself off the cliff.
Oh my
god.
god.
My friend was like horrified.
Yeah.
I was visiting her.
Oh my god.
We woke up the next day and she was like, that was a lot. And I was like, oh!
Oh, what? When I almost
whatever.
killed myself?
That was my thing. I would be horrifying. And then the poor, mostly like, you know, petite women who like were my friends.
Take care of you.
Would have to
6'3",
take care of
like...
the 6'3" Minotaur. And then upon expressing some kind of concern, would be dismissed.
Oh my god.
Just like, that was my kind of my thing.
Shut up,
I was like,
bitch.
whatever. We were just having fun.
Oh my god.
She's like, I'm scarred for life.
I'm glad you're alive.
Never come back here. I'm glad I'm alive too.
Because damn. Wait, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, this is a great segue into your messiest moment.
Ooh, my messiest moment. What's your messiest
I'll give
moment?
you one. This is by far my messiest moment.
This moment now.
This moment? Oh, I've never been worse. I've never been crazier.
I'm at my nuttiest.
No, okay, so this was a Super Bowl party when I was 22.
God. That
And
22 at a Super Bowl party? Disaster.
This story also has to do with a man named Kevin.
What, was it the same Kevin?
Maybe.
My Kevin was really into Starbucks.
It could be the same Kevin.
Like a gold card holding Starbucks member.
I can't say for sure. But
like, that is the personality trait I remember about Kevin.
This Kevin, it doesn't even matter. Okay, so I was like kind of seeing Kevin. Like Kevin and I really liked each other.
Gold platinum card holder Kevin.
Platinum Starbucks card holder Kevin. It was my beau. We weren't like official, but we had been seeing each other, and we like, it was very mutual. So we thought.
So everyone
thought. And
it's always mutual until the Packers start losing.
Fucking amen. Fucking amen.
Fucking preach.
I've never watched an entire game of sports in my life.
Sports.
Okay, so I'm drinking. Kevin's there.
What are you drinking?
Everything. I'm drinking beer. I'm drinking vodka. I'm drinking whiskey. I'm mixing it. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm drinking everything.
Nothing matters.
Nothing matters. I'm getting drunk at the Super Bowl party.
Okay.
And I showed up drunk. I'd already been drinking with my friend who was an alcoholic, and so we always just drank, and I was always just drunk. And so I showed up to this Super Bowl party, and like, oh my god, Kevin! And like, Kevin and I, whatever, we're like having fun, we're hanging out with everybody. Then Kevin's friend, I'll just use their names because who cares? Kevin's friend Jesse.
Jesse.
Is there.
Imagine being named Kevin and having a friend named Jesse.
Wild. And then imagine that your friend Jesse goes, hey Bailey, let's go to the bathroom together. And drunk Bailey goes, okay.
Drunk Bailey, so thrilled by the attention.
Okay. Loves the attention.
Is Jesse hot?
No. And so
Jesse's just a creep.
Jesse's just there. Jesse's just another warm body. Like, it doesn't, I'm gone.
But Jesse's also creepy.
I'm like just being bad.
You're being bad.
I'm being bad.
Does Jesse know that you're...
Actually, I might have instigated it. I might have been like, Jesse, come to the bathroom with me. I think it was that.
I see.
I think it was that. And so...
How memories come rushing back.
No, well, just wait. Okay, so we go, I'm I'm actually positive. I instigated it. I went, come to the bathroom with me. We go to the bathroom. We make out in the bathroom. No one's any the wiser. Kevin doesn't see it. We've been
Kevin,
sneaky.
who was, as it happens, not urinating in that bathroom at that time, does not see you making out.
He doesn't see us making out. So we go back, and it's bad, and we got away with it. And I was like, fuck yeah. And so I keep drinking, and then
It sounds like ultimately you did not get away with it. Wait. Is where this story is going.
I got away with that one.
Okay.
Then later in the night, Jesse's like, hey, do you want to go to this other, do you want to go to the other bathroom? I go, yeah.
Was it Jesse this time?
It was, yeah, Jesse instigated it this
now
time.
Jesse's had a taste of Bailey, and he's like, hey, Bailey. Hey. Hey. Bailey. You want to go to your bathroom? Bailey, come on. Come on, Bailey.
I'm just like, yeah.
Bailey's like, yeah.
I'm like, take me.
I'm so beautiful. Oh. And you probably reek of tequila.
I'm disgusting.
Your eyes are probably just like flickering. Just like that thing when they're drunk, people are just like, I'm so hot.
I'm just feeling beautiful. I'm feeling very desired.
You're like, you're in a Pantene commercial.
Except for I'm wet. I'm just like moist with sweat.
Like
I'm just
damp.
Like fucking doughy and nasty.
Like, and fermented.
Yeah, I'm simply pickled at this point.
Simply pickled. You probably have Cheeto dust on your hands.
Yeah, no, I'm filthy. And nothing about me is sexually feeling literally at all.
Just like swill.
I'm purely swill. He's like, let's go to the bathroom. And I go, absolutely. So we go.
So Jesse and Bailey stumble to the restroom.
So we go in, and we're there for a long time because Jesse's going down on me at this point.
Jesse is eating your...
My what? Say it!
I can't say it. I read to kids.
Say it!
I won't say it.
All right, fine.
So Jesse's going down on Bailey.
Jesse's going down on me. Jesse wants to have sex, but I'm like, nah, I don't want
Jesse is already having sex.
I mean, we're having sex, but it's only oral, but we're not doing penetrative.
Jesse wants to put his rod in your...
In my
chalice.
What? Chalice? The worst word you could have said. So, all right, so that's what's happening in the bathroom. We're there for a long time. My phone is like...
In my what?
My...
Say it. Like you're taking some bold stand.
Say it.
So brave.
So
okay,
my phone's vibrating, and I can hear it, but I don't care because I'm so drunk and it doesn't matter.
And you're just trying to concentrate on...
So after... Yeah, I'm trying to concentrate on not falling asleep at this moment. I'm sitting on like the bathroom counter. I'm just like, this is crazy.
I'm living the dream.
This is crazy. It's like that. And then, okay, so then we kind of finish up. I'm like, we should probably go out and we should probably figure out a way. I check my phone.
Finish up what?
You know, like we're just done.
Orgasm, or you guys just
God,
like...
no. It was nothing of the sort.
Natural denouement.
I was just like, I'm done.
You just sort of
He
roll
wanted to
off
have
the horse.
He wanted to do it, and I did not want to do it, and then it was over.
I have dignity. Bailey's like, not too much. How dare you? I'm not that kind of girl. Bailey just slobbering, makeup smeared, pussy out.
What?
Just slipping, probably like smearing her tush on the counter of someone else's bathroom. Just like, how dare you? What kind of girl? Jesse just like barely sentient.
Okay, I have to finish the story.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Okay,
so the phone was vibrating as we.
I checked my phone. We're about to walk out. Kevin has texted me like 30 times, and he's like, "Where are you?" And then he's like, "Everyone's saying that you and Jesse are having sex in the bathroom right now," and I'm like, I swear to God, we're not.
And we're not. It doesn't count.
We walk out of the bathroom. Everyone at the Super Bowl party has stopped watching the Super Bowl and is just waiting for us outside. And they're all furious at me only.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, A, why are they mad?
because Kevin's mad, and they're
well, we know why
friend.
Kevin's mad.
But they love Kevin, and so they're like,
all on Kevin's side.
and they're familiar with Jesse. They don't know me at all.
So you're just, so they're like, well, it's not Jesse's fault. Jesse's one of us. It's just this harlot.
It's just, yeah, exactly.
Just this rogue Hester Prynne that wandered into our party.
So I walk out, the whole party just shames me.
Wow.
The whole party shames
me. And the visual I have is you, no pants.
No, my pants are, I'm fine. I'm like dressed, but I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Kevin, it's not what it looks like.
Kevin,
he's like,
Kevin,
I swear.
Kevin, get out of here. I can talk to you, Kevin. Kevin! Wait. I'm not that kind of girl. I didn't even let him. It doesn't count. She carries Cheetos. Yeah. You're the love of my life. I didn't know it until now. Okay, yeah. So you come out, Kevin's like, you want to talk to Kevin.
Kevin's like, what just happened in there? And I was like, I don't know. I'm so sorry, Kevin. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Everyone's mad at me. Kevin's mad at me. I start sobbing. And I'm like a mile and a half away from my house. So I just run home.
Just run.
I just run home.
Just
and I'm like sobbing.
Exit violently.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so fast forward 1 week. Kevin and I are like, we should hang out, we should reconcile, come to porn star karaoke with me in North Hollywood.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is in Los Angeles.
Yeah, this is in Los Angeles. And so I'm like, okay, so we go to
and
porn
star karaoke, you were telling me about that.
Yes. Yeah, it's like it's like a thing.
Yeah,
like porn stars show up and
or maybe the person who is okay, yeah, okay.
So I sing a Kesha song. And everyone at the party is at porn star karaoke, and all of them hate me, so none of them support me at all.
Sang?
Yeah, I sang.
You sang
Foolish.
for them.
I sang for them, and they all snubbed me.
A Kesha song. Which Kesha song?
Sleazy, my favorite Kesha song. Rat-a-tat-tat on your dumb. The beat's so fat, gonna make me come. Yeah, it's a perfect song, and so I sang that.
Repertoire. It's a good song.
It's a great song, and no one. It was just silent.
Do we know the rap? Okay, what was it?
Yeah, I don't mean to critique on your seduction technique, but your money's not impressing me. It's kind of weak. Think you can get my top off? Get my
socks and socks off by showing me the dollars in your Dropbox. Me and all my friends, we don't buy bottles, we bring them. We take the drinks from the table when you get up and leave them, and I don't care if you stare or you call us scummy because we ain't after your money and sure as hell not. We ain't after your affection and sure as hell not your money, honey.
Wow. Oh my God. So imagine doing that to silence.
Yeah, that is a visual.
So then I brought a friend there.
You needed a PR person for that event.
I had one. I had a friend there, and he was mad.
And your friend was like,
he was mad that they didn't support me.
You should sing Sleazy.
Yeah, he was like, do it.
I would have said no.
It'll bring the house down.
You should actually not perform.
Well, we were drunk. We were really drunk, and so
this is how I'm gonna show them. With my talent. My gift. That is like worst idea. To perform for these people. That would be like if at the party you had been like, I'm going to do a tight 5.
Oh my God, I know.
Just right now. To show you who I am.
So dating's hard.
So what about that airplane food? So you sang a slutty Kesha song.
No one liked it. My friend threatened to fight all of them.
Okay.
We get asked to leave.
By who?
By the bouncers at the karaoke bar. They ask the entire party to leave. We all have a brawl outside.
A physical brawl.
People are fighting each other outside.
The visual. Yes! Just Bailey attacking, just physical violence.
I'm sorry, Kevin. Everybody stop fighting.
Physical violence with your harlotry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then an Uber driver came and picked me up, and he was like, how's it going? And I was like, I'm having the worst day of my life.
That is drama.
It's drama. So anyway, that's my messiest moment.
Did you leave that friend group?
God, yeah.
That's nice that you kind of just remove yourself.
Yeah, I don't know any of them anymore.
Well, and no one does.
Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck
They
it.
should have supported you when you sang that song.
They should have, and they didn't, and that's honestly on them.
I don't have, that's pretty good. I have some messy, now I can't even remember mine, because that was so shocking. Scandalous.
Yeah. Well, how many? Okay.
Messiest moment. Oh, wow. I mean, I've got a lot of drunk stories, but that's my messiest...
You, like, lit people on fire for real, though.
Oh, okay, once. Like, not fully. I have a lot of messy moments, but I'm, like, thinking... I'm, like, ruminating on that story.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a good one. I think this is a good one. It's not my messiest moment, but it was intense.
Okay.
I got into this habit of shattering glasses.
Just for fun?
Well, it started
shock
with...
value?
I was out with my celebrity astrologer cousin, Elisa Kelly, as we all know. And she had the hiccups. We were at the Black Cat in Silver Lake.
Yes.
And so I went and I ordered 2 cocktails. She was like, I don't want one. And I was like, they're for me. They're both for me. And I finished one, and she was like hiccuping, and we were trying to like just like talk and whatever, but she kept hiccuping.
Yeah.
I smashed the glass on the table.
To scare her?
Silence in the bar.
Oh my
Crickets.
God. Oh my
Everyone
God.
looks over, and I just go, ah! So I acted like I had knocked it over or something.
Yeah.
Hiccups gone.
I bet. You scared
It worked.
the shit out of her.
Scared the shit out of her. She was
Wow.
terrified. It was terrifying.
That is messy. And also calculated.
Very calculated.
You knew you were going to do that. You
I
knew
had
she
a
wasn't
full
going to take the drink.
conversation with this woman, knowing that at any moment I was going to be so violent. And it worked. I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
But I have when I've met people that are doing the hiccups, they have the hiccups. I think about that time, and
What are you up to lately? Oh, doing the
hiccups, and I'm like, well, if only you really can scare them out of people.
Yeah.
So, but you have to scare them.
You can't be like, boo.
Some people would, you can't just be like, boo! You have
Yeah.
to do something scary.
Yeah.
And some people would prefer to have hiccups
Yeah.
than to be traumatized.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was a messy moment. I like yours, though.
We both have good ones. All right, well, should we do one more?
One more, last topic. Witnessing public breakdowns.
Oh my God. One time I was on the train. I was on the Red Line, and we were going past Universal Studios. It was a stop at Universal Studios. And this woman was with this man in a wheelchair, and he said something to her, and she looked at him and screamed at him and took off her wedding ring and put it in his lap and got off the train and just left him there.
Wow.
And the whole train was
what
like,
a gesture.
damn.
Like,
Yeah.
what did he do?
He couldn't go anywhere.
Because he was on the train.
He was on the train
Did it
and he
seem
was in
like
a
something
wheelchair.
that happened and he was in a wheelchair.
He was in a wheelchair.
So she's ableist.
I don't know what he said
Well,
to
he
her. They were
married
clearly
her.
in a relationship, yeah.
To the point of having rings.
She divorced him.
Right there. And you being
I went,
certified divorcer.
I'm a certified
You
divorcer.
annulled their wedding.
I went, I can make this official for you
I
guys.
can make this official. I'm going to do it right now. And you did it. You did all the paperwork.
We have to act immediately.
It happened.
Yeah.
You just did it. You jumped in and did it.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was a good
I don't
meltdown.
think I've witnessed public meltdowns. I have glanced in reflective surfaces while I was having a public meltdown. So in a way,
That's witnessing, yeah.
have witnessed by default.
You know what it looks like.
The scope of my own.
Oh my God.
You've had breakdowns.
Oh.
Sometimes the world is just too much and you just break down. I usually
love
break
to
down
cry.
into laughter though.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I broke down in a Target during the pandemic, laughing hysterically
Oh, you told me about
because I
this,
just thought it
think.
was so funny that we were in a Target and that the world was literally ending and everyone was just shopping.
And you're just like truly spiraling.
I was just spiraling. I was like, this is it. This is what the end of the world looks like.
Oh my
People
God.
just buying Sunkissed. That's how banal humanity is.
Oh my God.
No matter how bad it gets. And we saw how bad it gets. you will still have to go
to Target
to get sun-kissed.
It is fucked up.
There will be people that are just like, the world is falling down. Everything's on fire. It is literally the end.
You just had maniacal laughter.
And she's just like, oh, I gotta get paper towels.
I gotta buy, yeah.
And so, yeah, I just thought it was so funny. And my friend who I was with, who was horrified that I was on the floor.
Oh, wow.
Laughing so hard I couldn't breathe.
You were this affected.
She was like, what is so funny? And I was like, everything's terrible! I was just laughing so hard at how terrible it was. Yeah.
Everything is terrible, though. It's
true.
That's not true. Not everything is terrible.
Everything's great. Should we do a pickleback?
Yeah, let's do a quick pickleback.
What's our horror? So pickleback is where Bailey presents a horrifying fact.
And Pickle provides the chaser, which is a positive spin on this horrifying fact.
The horrifying fact.
This one is particularly horrifying.
Okay.
A human head can retain consciousness for up to 20 seconds after being decapitated.
Oh, yeah. I remember that from the Tower of London children's book.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? How do we make that positive?
I guess the positive spin is we don't really do a lot of beheadings anymore. Mm-hmm. Although, interesting fun fact.
Accidental, though.
Accidental beheadings.
Decapitation.
You get to have, instead of just suddenly being extinguished, you get your last little moments.
Knowing what it's like to have no body.
Yeah, knowing what it's like to be a decapitated head. That's kind of cool. I would prefer that to just immediate darkness.
Yeah.
You get a last little moment of like, oh, like, better wrap up.
Have one more thought.
One more thought. Oh, but I know it's supposed to be a positive spin, but knowing me, my last thought would be so tedious.
Why do you think it would be?
It would be like me, like, having a song stuck in my head.
Oh my God.
Like a song from Seussical. Like, it would be me just like, did I leave the door open? Like, something stupid.
Oh my God, totally.
And then the next thought would be like, God, that was a stupid thought.
You don't get to pick your last thought.
You don't. I think, you don't get to pick the last thought, but knowing me, like, my head would be flying, I would look down at my body, and I would be like, God, I look awful from this angle. My last thought would be a body dysmorphic thought.
And then you're gone.
And then my last thought would be a judgment of that body dysmorphic thought.
You stupid bitch.
And then my last thought would be like, what would my therapist say about all of this? Fin.
Oh my God.
But so a positive spin, you get that last little nugget.
Yeah.
It's like fun for the others in the room.
It's an event for sure.
It's a testament to the miracle of humanity and being alive.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Also, fun segue fact is that the formal method of French execution only stopped being the guillotine in the 80s.
What?
The 1980s.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's how it's apparently a very humane way to execute people.
How?
Well, it's like clean and like quick.
Is it?
I guess. Lethal injection is really painful. And so is the electric chair.
Well, there you have it.
I would prefer to be beheaded.
Would you really?
If I had to choose my method of like public execution, I would go behead. I would choose behead. And talk about revenge, like the fact that you can watch people be executed. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think that should be a thing. I mean, but I also don't believe in the death penalty.
I don't either. I think all of it bad. All of it bad.
But the guillotine.
Pretty badass.
I thought that it would be fun it would be a great art project to set up guillotines in the squares of all the American cities, just to remind the people
where we came from. Yeah.
That,
Oh, like it could be this.
We could go there. I'm starting to feel like I could go there.
I could go there. I feel like I could go there.
I could go there.
You know what? If you get decapitated via guillotine, the last thing that happens to you is you get one last bonk.
Into the basket?
One last bonk in the head. You just like bonk your head one last time because it falls, right?
Into the basket.
Yeah, but that's a bonk.
What if there's like a piece of twine just
And you just like
pokes your eye?
And you're like, ow!
And you're just like, ow!
And that's your last thought.
Your last
Someone should have cleaned this out.
Is just discomfort.
Yeah, God. Well, you guys, that is Hot Topic with Pickle and Bailey.
Disaster edition.
Disaster. I like this one. I like disaster.
It too. I don't think this podcast was a disaster.
No, I think it was a huge success.
A huge, rousing success.
Yeah.
We're getting a standing ovation.
Oh my God, look at everyone standing.
Somewhere where it's hard to get a standing ovation, like London.
Yeah.
Or Edinburgh.
Is it hard to get a standing ovation there?
In London, yeah, they're more picky. In America, it's like every play gets a standing ovation.
Yeah,
because
totally.
it finished.
Fiend.
Thank you for joining us. Send us emails or gifts. We love you.
We're seriously obsessed with you. You're everything to us.
If you're listening to this, we love you.
I'm gonna give you a little kiss.
All right. Bye.
Bye and sorry.